right. Time to... Oh, what's the matter, Gloria?
Oh, nothing, really. It's just... Well, the Anya in Glyn's dream, she was just a figment of his imagination, wasn't she?
Aye, just a memory, that's all.
So why did she tell Glyn to face up to Glenn that one last time? I'm not sure it's exactly what Glyn wanted to do, are you? But then, perhaps that's why it took his dream wife to persuade him.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of strange now you mention it.
Hey! What if it was actually the real Anya?
Ah, come on. It was just Glenn's way of geeing himself up to confront his brother.
Shut up, spoil sport. Can't a girl dream?
Ha! You believe what you want to believe. Far be it from me to stop you.
Exactly. Let's leave it at that, shall we?
Aye.
Thank you.
Huh. So I guess Gloria was capable of hearing her ghost? No, it's funny, considering that Mona was heard by Seth and seen by him and whatnot. All that visiting each other's dream stuff, it's pretty weird, right? Yes, I must confess to having rather mixed feelings on the whole matter. Why's that, Gloria? If someone else were to force their way into my dreams the way we forced ourselves into Glenn's, well, I'm not sure I would appreciate it. I guess it could be pretty embarrassing. Aye, tell me about it. I mean, dreams are chock full of hints about your deepest thoughts and worries, aren't they? And in my case, they can be downright weird, believe me. Sounds interesting, Elvis. Tell us more. Alright, well here's one I had recently. I was strolling along, happy as I like, when I came across this strange tankard. What was strange about it? The bliss thing was bottomless. I supped and supped and it never ran dry. Naturally I was delighted, but then it all got a wee bit out of hand. Go on. The blasted thing had a mind of its own. I'd already drunk my fill, but I couldn't put it down. It just kept pouring its contents straight down my throat. Then I woke up in a cold sweat, needless to say. Wow. I wonder what it could possibly mean. I haven't the foggiest. Oh, man. Let's talk to them real quick. Me and Glenn are grand now, thanks to you, and a good job too. If we want to keep this village safe, we'll have our work cut out. So we will. Oh, what's this? Oh, the mayor's diary. Finally, I have a moment to myself to grab me quill and get a few thoughts down on paper. To think it was only a week ago that we got our first inkling of what was in store. Then, before we knew it, it was an awful sickness had spread like wildfire, and most of the villagers were out for the count. Now, I know the odd thing about medicines and potions and what have you, but I wouldn't call myself a professional by any means. Normally, I'd ask the neighboring villages for help, but we've been completely snowed in lately. To be honest, I thought we were done for. And then, what do you know, a good old-fashioned miracle. 4 heroes chose that very moment to pay Enderno a visit. Is this the previous mayor then? Because I don't feel like, well, who knows? I assume it's the 4 previous heroes of light. I told them about the dire straits we were in, and they knew just what to do. They went and fetched some special herb and used it to make a cure. Long story short, they saved the village. Everyone was over the moon, of course, and we weren't shy about letting them know how much we appreciated what they'd done. A few days later, they set off again, but before they left, one of their number, a woman by the name of Aileen, said she wanted to give me a present to thank us for our hospitality. A woman by the name of Aileen. That must be the fourth hero of light. So we have Sir Sloane, we have Lady Emma, we have Gloria's grandfather, and then we have Aileen. Interesting. Well, imagine the look on my face when she handed me a stonkin' great precious stone. Apparently... Wait. Oh, wait, no, it's one of the 4 heroes away that gave... Sorry, I just saw that someone gave him an asterisk, and I thought that it was probably the same one as before, but no. Apparently, it's a magic yoke called an asterisk that grants its owner healing powers. For a village like ours out in the back of beyond, it's a priceless artifact, no doubt about it. Safe to say I couldn't thank her enough for her generosity. After they left, I started hearing rumors of a group of 4, Heroes of Light, who were doing the rounds, helping out all sorts of folks around the place. Well, I think I have a fair idea who those 4 heroes might be. I wish them all the best on their journey. May the road rise to meet them, and the wind always be at their back. Well, that's certainly an interesting piece of lore. I hope there isn't anything similar to this that I've missed. Glenn's a grand fellow altogether. He'll do anything for anyone, heaven bless his soul. Sure, he might not have much of a way with a sword or a wand, but he's the bravest man I know, and there's no higher praise than that. Alright, let's check the new job, shall we? As always. Salve maker. Ooh, oh, I love that hat. Damn, that looks so cool. What's this? Damn. That's better. That's certainly better than the base heal one you get. Ah, frick it. What am I don't even know what I'm saying. Perform a quick physical attack on the target that will reveal their vulnerabilities. For the next 3 turns, any attack on monsters of that family will deal vulnerability exploiting damage. Interesting. No, wrong class. There we are. We already saw it on you, but let's check it again. Huh. Oh, it's got a 4-leaf clover on the top. Elvis. He gets the one based off of the actual asterisk wielder. And you get this. I think Seth has the best one in this case. At least that's what I'd say. I just like the hat he has. All right. Tad tired. Not extremely, but enough. Oh no. It's a Minotaur, tiny Minotaur, tiny Minotaur, tiny Minotaur. Still red. Like all of the enemies are still red up here. I don't think we're that under-leveled, are we? What about you? Are you red? No, you aren't. At least not all of them are. There's a dungeon that way. A dungeon over that way as well. This area is certainly large, that's for sure. Oh god. There are polar bears chasing me. I don't like to deal with this, so I will walk over here. Huh. Seems like an ice cave or something. Oh shoot, I didn't even realize the frickin' trails that we leave. Snow physics. Alright.
Weird.
You okay, Adele?
I'm sure this place used to be a lot colder.
And fire
There
crystal.
was a huge glacier right there. No trace of it now, though.
Well then.
Could it have melted? That might explain the sudden change in the sea levels.
The wisdom of the line of Musa lives on in you, I see.
Who?
Huh? Who said that?
Asterisk?
Aye, down here.
What?
Whoa. It's some kind of weird lizard.
That's a second talking monster?
It's very rude to call us lizards, I'll have you know.
Gwillem! Hey there, little guy. It's been a while.
Oh, Adele? You know him.
You two know each other?
Sure, we ran into each other once or twice when I was in the area.
You understand us and can speak our language. You're a dragon, aren't you?
A dragon? Like a monster from a kid's story?
First lizard, now monster. You're not very nice, are you? I am mighty Gwillem, of the ancient and venerated draconic line.
And what brings you this close to town, mighty Gwillem?
The stink of death, actually. I followed it here all the way from home.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, the stink of death?
Well, how can I put it? It's like the smell of lots of life disappearing. Human life, to be precise.
Well done.
Can I come with you? I want to go and see what's been going on for myself. Oh, I'm also supposed to tell you.
In you go.
What?
Wait, I need to tell it.
Do we just kidnap a
You
small
just stay
dragon?
nice and quiet in there, okay?
Oh my god.
How very dare you? Did you not hear the part about me being of the noble draconic line?
Look at him, you can see his
Oh,
eye.
quit being such a baby. It won't be for long.
Hey. Oh damn it, I was hoping we'd get the frickin' small dragon helping us out. Oh well. A frosty welcome. You know what? I've just remembered a story that Lady Emma told me. I'm warning you though, it's a wee bit scary. A traveller got caught in a terrible blizzard and sought shelter in the first town he came across. He found a fireplace there and went to warm himself beside it, when all of a sudden his nose fell clean off his face. Ew, what kind of story is that? His nose had frozen up in the cold and it must have warmed too quickly in front of the fire. It melted right off. Guess we do need to be careful, the weather around here can be brutal. Aye, but it's not as cold as I was worried it might be, I have to say. You think it could have something to do with another crystal? Maybe. We'd best hurry to Rimedahl and find out, eh? Our wee lizard friend certainly seems to think something funny's afoot. You heard what he said. They don't like being called lizards. And the people around here worship dragons like gods. So try not to call him that in front of any locals. Speaking of Gwilliam, how's he doing? I think he's asleep. It does look pretty comfortable in there. Very godlike. You have yourself a nice little snooze, eh, wee man? Oh, good lord. Let's go check out the town, shall we? Let's see how this place is affected by the crystal. By the fire crystal, I assume. I mean, it's not like the wind crystal would make everything so warm. Whoa. This music reminds me of like buoy bass almost, but like winter themed. Holy shit, this is like a freaking Skyrim area. It's like Falk's Reach or something. Or Markarth. Yeah, Markarth, that's the one. Whatever the one that has like a bunch of areas and is
Nothing much
layered
seems
and
amiss
tall.
round here. Looks like a nice, safe, normal little town to me.
Yeah.
Well, looks can be deceiving. This is where the death smell's coming from for sure. Ugh, that stinks of it. Oh, while I've got your attention, I'm supposed to...
I thought I told you to stay in there and be quiet.
No, wait,
I love how he just recludes in there. He doesn't get pushed down or anything.
Have you heard? They found another fairy.
Fairy.
Another one? Cool. It beggars belief.
Oh god. It better not be the type of fairy I'm thinking of.
Yeah. They're just about to call upon the Lord's judgment now. Really? Blimey. Better get down to the square quick then, eh?
This music, holy shit.
First dragons, now fairies. I take back what I said about this place being normal.
But didn't the fairies all disappear many years ago?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, at least I heard they did.
Huh.
They mentioned the Lord's judgment. Does that mean they're going to ask some kind of god to help them?
That would be my guess, yeah. But this being Rimedahl, they'd be asking a dragon. They have those instead of gods here. I've never heard of anything like this happening here before, though.
Guess we better go take a look at this judgment for ourselves.
We then see someone get decapitated in a plaza. Adele stuffs Willem into her bag. Thank you. It feels weird. This is like the first time we've ever had a skip travel point. It's just like a regular small town. This music is way too good. Like, holy crap. Having like synthesizer combined with the general sleigh bells and then adding trumpets on top of that. Like, I'm not the most adept when it comes to music, but like, this is so unique and refreshing. Shoutouts to Link to Horizon and Revo and everyone that worked on this music. It's so good. Can you believe they found another fairy? Wonder who's in it, who's in for it this time. In for it. What is it, like is it like bad or something if there's a fairy? Looks like we can't go up this way. This Oh, well, I wasn't wrong about there being a plaza, but beyond that, who knows? I'm really curious about the asterisk wielders in an area like this are gonna be.
You stand accused of the most heinous of crimes, that of being a nefarious fairy in disguise.
Heh.
But, Bishop Helio, I never...
Bishop.
Hush, child. I pray as fervently as you do that these abominable accusations are proved false. But though a single drop of wine tainteth a pail of clearest water, still doth the blemish remain. Such is the nature of suspicion. And so we turn to the purifying judgment of the holy, that your innocence might be demonstrated beyond all doubt. Call upon the Lord of Dragons, who watcheth o'er us all. Ask of him that your guiltlessness be confirmed.
All right.
Okay, I just want to say this bishop guy legit sounds like a Skyrim NPC. And it doesn't help that he's also talking about dragons. Oh, man. I legit feel like I'm in a Skyrim town right now. I don't know why. I do, though. Okay, back to the plot.
I hereby call upon your judgment. Lord of Dragons, watch over me!
What? Are you gonna jump off a cliff?
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
What's going on here? This doesn't feel right.
Yeah. What the
She jumped! Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
What the hell?
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
That's not normal.
Why are you all just standing there? She jumped, damn it!
Straight into the arms of the Lord!
What do you
She
mean?
might be judged and found free of sin.
But she'll...
If her faith is strong, she will be returned to us soon enough.
Well, I think we know where the stench of death is coming from. What the hell are you?
Archbishop Dominic!
But how can you be sure?
How dare you ask such a thing? And of the Archbishop, too!
Come, children. We cannot expect these wanderers to know of our ways. Rimedahl welcomes you with open arms, friends. Join me at the Hall of High Holies. There I will teach you a little of his draconic majesty.
Man, I wonder if this dude's an asterisk wielder or not.
My sister
not like,
was no fairy. How could they?
It's not like he had a spinning thing on his back. That totally doesn't look unique at all. Also, yeah, that girl's just dead. She leapt to her death.
If this is what they're up to, it's no wonder the priests think so bad.
Yeah.
This wasn't the first time, was it?
Far from it, I bet.
Not even close, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Sounds like we need to go and ask a certain
Ugh.
someone a few questions. To the Hall of High Holies.
Sure.
You sure we want to just go barging in there?
It's not barging in if he invited us, is it?
Guess it's as good a place as any to ask about the fire crystal.
Yeah.
Yes. Come on.
I like how, well, at least Seth knows that it's, at least Seth pieced together that it's the fire crystal. Everyone's just like, man, I wonder why it's so warm around here, and then, guess they just didn't say it outright. What the heck is going on here? That woman jumped and nobody did anything to stop her. No, if anything, people seem to think those priests were what those priests were doing was praiseworthy. Rimedahl's always been a super religious place. But this is different. Something's changed here since last time I visited. Yeah, none of this is part of the teachings. None of this is what Dad wants. And did you see it in those people's eyes? The fear. Yeah, but who wouldn't be scared? If I thought I might be next in line, I'd be frightened too. And I certainly wouldn't be taking the risk of complaining about what was going on. They don't have any choice but to go along with all this fairy hunting craziness. And the more they go along with it, the worse it will get. This cannot continue. This cannot continue. This cannot continue. Okay, sorry. The stink of death will only be getting worse if this is what they're up to. And they're doing it for to themselves. Sometimes I really don't understand humans. This place used to be so peaceful. Man. Why'd the place with the coolest music gotta be the most messed up, yo? That's all I'm saying. Rimedahl's protected by the yeah, sure. Good lord. Fairies are the sworn enemies of the Lord of Dragons. They disguise themselves as humans so they can live among us. Among us! In secret. It's our sacred duty to unmask and eliminate them all. The girl who jumped was my daughter. She was no fairy. She was nothing of the sort. It's all just lies. Who would do something like this to us? Poor dude. Poor dude. Sorry, have I ever seen the Lord of Dragons? Of course not. No one has. Even the Archbishop only hears him. I thought everyone knew that. Man, this place is corrupted as all hell. No one's ever returned after jumping into the jaws of judgment, you know. I mean, of course they haven't. That's the whole point. Crikey, did I just say that out loud? I didn't mean, I didn't say anything. Nothing. And definitely not about the judgments. Well then, thank you for telling us the truth of the matter. That so-called judgment was an execution in all but name. What can have convinced these people of its merit? Could the fire crystal be involved somehow? We must do what we can to find out. I wouldn't be too surprised. The mountains north of town are sacred. The Lord of Dragons lives there in a place called the Serpent's Grotto. That's what they say anyway. No one ever goes up there, see? There's nothing but snow and ice and horrible monsters. Which means that we're gonna have to go there eventually. Living in a climate like this is hard, harder than you can imagine. But no matter how cold it gets, there's always a fire in my heart. As long as my darling little doggie's here with me, the fire never goes out. Ore, wood, game, good soil. Rimedahl's got a lot of stuff. Rimedahl's got a lot going for it, resource-wise. Good thing, too, otherwise I'd have no reason at all to live out here in the freezing cold. Well, no reason apart from my dear old ma'am, of course. I've always been a big fan of Adele's no-nonsense attitude, but we do need to be a wee bit sensitive about these people's religion. I mean, we don't want to turn the whole town against us, so let's just be careful and take things slow, eh? Ah, shit! Buddy, not too slow, I might freeze to death. What do we got here? Alright. Just making sure that it's still ongoing. What's up here? Excuse me. This isn't the Lord of Dragon's will. He wouldn't want anything to do with what's been happening. We have to put a stop to it. Well, at least this person's in the right state of mind. Good to know that not every single person in this place is like this. I worship the Lord of Dragons, of course I do, but I don't ask him to help me with my work like some people. A blacksmith's got to take responsibility for his own products, that's what I believe. If they're not up to scratch, then it's up to me to get better at my job. If you feel the need to start praying every time you mess up, then blacksmithing's probably not the game for you. Oh. Huh. Snug scarf. Light talisman. There we are. If you're worried, just wait here. I'll be happy to go and give this so-called priest a piece of my mind alone. Now, don't be hasty. Last thing we need to do is get on these people's bad side. We'll get on their bad side later when it's more convenient. Also, let's see what's over here first. The judgments may be something of a blunt instrument, but how else are we supposed to get rid of the fairy menace, huh? The judgments are a matter for believers alone. I advise you to keep your opinions to yourself. Whatever. Lord of Dragons, watch over us. We are but wretched sinners, nonetheless we pray for your protection. Please rid us of the fairy menace. Why do you think fairies are so bad? I mean, I'm not saying that they aren't, but... Bishop Helio was the one who proposed the judgments. Archbishop Dominic then gave them his official seal of approval. The first one took place over a decade ago now. The suspect was a young man by the name of Will. He was accused of consorting with fairies in the wayward woods at night. And in light of the fact that he did not return from his leap into the jaws of judgment, it would seem that the accusations were well founded. Or, you know, he could just jumped off a frickin' cliff and died. That's also possible. We're just getting things ready for the next judgment. No one's allowed through for the moment, sorry. God, imagine if we get, like, accused of this and one of us ends up having to jump off or something. Imagine, like, Adele ends up getting forced to go. It's just like, sorry, you aren't allowed to go. You aren't allowed to do this. Oh. Huh. Well, I guess that's another exit to town or something. Very, very interesting.